Hi there. We are live. This is Lori Stories and Crochet.
And Lexie with Helix Stitchcraft.
All right. And we are going to make snowmen on the 22 pin Sentro. That's the plan. I did link a pattern that I was inspired by, but mostly for the body. I just wanted an idea, and my phone's making its contribution as usual. Now, I'm going to give this yarn a shot. I don't know if you can see. That's a chenille type yarn, but it's a thin yarn. I'm going to give it a shot. If I don't like it, I have a backup yarn right here. So I'm going to see if this works okay on the Sentro.
I'm curious, you went through the pattern. Did they like fold the tube like you do a hat? Sorry.
No, they didn't actually. What they did is they made a big tube, 65 rows, and then cinched it and stuffed it, and then cinched it, and then kind of like sewed around the neck kind of situation.
Okay.
The two part, but it was one tube and not doubled up. So I guess it depends on your stuffing. If you're like going to use yarn scraps for stuffing, you might want to do the doubled up.
I think that's my plan. I'm going to double just because I'm going to use safety eyes. I'm making it to go to children that are going to tear it apart. So
that's true.
A little Christmas in July for some of my kiddos.
Yes. Nick wants the 22 pin. Nick, I thought you had a 22 pin, or do you have a 40 pin? Maybe that's what you have. Anyway, this is because I haven't used, I've practiced with it a little bit just to make sure, but it's different. I'm not going to put it in there yet, but like having the tensioner and the thing like close up like that, but it's this traditional cast on, right? The cinch cast on. So yeah, I'm thinking if we're going to double it up, we're going to want like 120-ish rows, right? Is that what you're thinking?
I'm terrible. I don't have a counter, so I don't count.
Right. That's just more informative to the audience. We're going to be ballparking. I did grab my counter, one of my new counters, because sometimes I really need my row counters. But I think this is mostly going to, even though I watched that pattern and everything, I think it's mostly going to be an eyeball this kind of situation.
That's how I roll.
Yes. You do a lot of your own freehanding stuff. How often do you write down your patterns?
Never. Okay. Occasionally, I will remember to write down like the first chain, how many I started with, or if there's like a key point of change in the pattern or whatever, then I might write it down for myself. But I rarely repeat anything.
Right.
So I'm not in the habit of that, but I've started having to write stuff down because I have people asking me about it. So
right, because they're wanting tutorials or patterns or whatever.
Yeah.
One thing I can say after having played with the 22 pin Sentro, it's I feel like I don't drop stitches anywhere near as often. I don't know if it's this setup or what.
I have a 48 pin that I still have not even taken out of the box.
Yeah.
And I've only used this, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 times. Today I made 2 fake hornets nests with it because it was already out and there was a problem. So
nice. And they work pretty well, I hear.
Here they do. So yeah, I think
I have a friend who tried it and she showed video and she said it totally worked. So she crocheted it though. So you used it on the knitting machine? I love that idea.
Yep, I just whipped up probably about a foot and a half and stuffed it full of grocery sacks.
Nice.
And hung that up. And they haven't been back to the area that I hung it.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Hi, Chuck. Hi, May. How are you all?
Camille's Creations raid. I love
Oh
that we're
yeah,
doing
I knew she was just finishing up. Hi, May. Nice of you to come over. This is a 22-pin Sentro knitting machine. I am trying this chenille type yarn on it. So far, it seems okay, but I don't know if you can see that. The stitches kind of look a little loose. I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how it looks. I really do. I think I might want to get some suction cups and figure out how to put them on the bottom of this thing because it is moving around like crazy.
Oh, yeah. I always hear you say that you have tiny hands. My hands are just big enough to hold the leg on 2 of the legs, and it makes it pretty sturdy.
I do not have large enough hands to do that. I'm lucky if I can hold one leg. Like, I can't. Like, my hand span, not even close.
The other thing I considered doing tonight was, that like poster sticky tack stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
considered using some of
say that,
that.
and I was going to do something like that too. I had these little things. I bought them to put on the bottom of, like, if I ever get around to making slippers, where it's like little round things that are sticky on both sides, but I couldn't find them, so I was going to try that. But yes, sticky tack would probably work well.
How's it going, Linda?
Hi, Linda. Hi. Yes, Camille Raid. Yes, we just started. I'm trying this chenille type, but fairly thin yarn. So far, it's okay, but I don't know. It looks kind of holy, so I think we are definitely going to need to double up, like you suggested. I don't see it being what's the right word? Sturdy enough?
This is
Hello,
the
Margaret.
sample I did earlier, and that's why I decided on this.
Say that again. Oh, you tried it earlier. Yeah. Yeah.
So I just felt like with the kids, it was going to be better to go ahead and double that up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cheat and just use this to stuff it. Stuff one of them.
Absolutely.
Then taking it apart.
Have you tried panels on this size?
I have not yet.
Oh,
I can do
yeah,
it.
it does have it. I wasn't even sure it had a panel setting. Yes, it does. Because I'm curious if maybe I would have less trouble. I don't know. I'm only having trouble because it's wanting to slide around so much. And I'm sure it's very noisy because it's on this whiteboard desk. Oh, bye, Nick. It is late for you. Oh, Margaret, yesterday, every time I was like in somebody's live or even watching a video, my phone was randomly yeeting me, and not even just from YouTube, but particularly from YouTube. It would just randomly close all of anything I had open. So I did a full restart on my phone, and I think hopefully it's fixed. It's mostly better today, but it did yeet me again one time out of YouTube. But yeah, more than once I've had to do that, Margaret. It's frustrating. But yeah, Nick is on the East Coast, so.
It's late.
Yes. Yes, and he's a teenager, so. late nights are not ideal. Yes. So how far? And actually, it yeeted me from Camille's live earlier. But I was double checking to see who was still live. There's always a ton of lives on the weekends. Like it's just how it is. But Sunday nights, evenings are the really kind of the only time that works for me. Whereas you do the mornings because that usually works best for you, right?
Yeah, that's usually my girls sleep in. So it's easy for me to take that time while they're still asleep, while they first get going and get their breakfast.
Right.
This evening, they're doing a daddy-daughter date, and they're in the garage creating music right now.
That's fantastic. Okay, it's driving everybody crazy, so I will put some tape on the bottom here, guys.
Am I taking a bun?
So I'm trying to fix the problem. When you read the chat, you get, if stuff's annoying them. So, not a rude way of annoying, but. I can't even get it under there. All right, hopefully that's going to fix most of it. I know it's noisy. I don't know if that's because of the yarn or because it's on the whiteboard. Hopefully that's less annoying, you all.
I was trying to figure out if it was me.
Definitely cool.
We're doing this outside. I've got a spider friend in here.
Oh, I have one of my hairs in here. How big is your spider friend?
Teeny tiny, little jumper.
Ah, nice.
Going for a ride. Come on, friend, come out. On a live, baby. Remember? Because right now I'm talking to the spider. Come on, friend, get out of there. Oh, don't jump. There we go.
Sorry, mine's so noisy.
I'm surprised at how smoothly this is going. It did not go this smoothly.
What's that?
But I'm surprised at how smooth this is going. It didn't go this smooth earlier.
Well, there you go. That's good. So, in theory, oh yes, enjoy your dyeing yarn, Camille. Hopefully you've got lots of orders because the yarn is gorgeous. It's still sitting right here, Camille's alpaca. I have not worked on that hat yet. I will.
I'm excited for yarn, Camille.
Yes. Her yarn is so pretty.
Oh, Chuck, you're funny.
I know it's still bouncing up and down, but at least it's not sliding around. But in theory, 120 rounds. I don't know. Does that look long enough? How long is yours? That sounds wrong.
Not sure. Let's see. I'm doubling it over.
Let's see. I probably need a little bit more.
I need a little bit more length.
Yeah. Me too.
this is going to be the estimate, and then I'll measure it so I know how big the next one should be.
Right. I know this sounds horrendous. I apologize for that. My other one does not sound this bad. Does yours sound like, is yours noisy?
I'm not hearing.
Okay.
I'm not hearing yours, but.
Oh, you're not hearing mine? Okay. Okay, that's really special. That's a legit not.
Have you
Oh, that's okay. Well, we're going to see how that goes.
What, baby?
Okay, it's fine. Just make sure that's in the inside. All right. Oh no. Oh no. Did it break? Did I already break this thing?
Oh no.
Sure enough. Well, what do I do now?
What happened?
I don't know. I got to right here, and then it wasn't letting me go. Okay. Well, okay. That's going to be a drop stitch there. Nope, it's maybe. I don't know. Now it's okay. I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened. Yeah, these are all dropped crap. Okay.
I think that'll do it.
I'll make them tucked stitches. It'll be fine.
That's so satisfying.
But I'm glad it's going well for you. I wish I could say the same for me.
Going better for you. You'll catch up.
Well, I'm questioning if I just need
I
to
kind of cheated. I played
all
earlier
messed up.
today. My girls are really wanting to get on it themselves, so I need to figure it out.
Well, I'm going to start over and pull this out. I don't know what happened, but at least it's not broken. I thought I broke it. I don't know what happened. Might have been that little knot in the yarn.
I was having that problem earlier.
All right. Yeah, I've played with this, but not with this chenille yarn. This is a trying it out kind of situation. If Armchair Chef happens to be watching, I know every time she watches me, she's like, I don't want to do this. Because she has to try it. What's that?
Chuck asked what kind of yarn I was using.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
I'm using Big Twist Value acrylic.
I'll tell you what, that's what works great on this machine. The rainbow octopus yarns, that was Big Twist. This was Big Twist. This hat. I really liked the method with the brim. You go 30 rows and then you kind of hook the brim in so it's not double-sided. So it's more breathable and more stretchy.
There you go.
But it still has a brim. And you use less yarn too. You know, that's always good. Because some places don't get as cold as where we live.
Right?
And you just want a lightweight hat and not a super crazy warm hat. Especially in
it's like a security blanket for some people.
Yes.
And so it's too hot most often.
Right.
Yeah, that's always my problem. I love wearing beanies, but I don't because it's too hot.
Right. Okay. Oh my.
Go let my dog run.
Yeah, the good thing is it just pulls out no problem. We start again. This is not the first time I have had to restart a project on the live. All right. I'll let you see how easy it is to pull out. But the problem is because I dropped all those stitches when I thought I broke it, all those dropped stitches would literally pull out like this. Running a pantyhose was terrible. So,
Hi, Gulf Coast Granny.
oh, hello, Charlotte. How are you? You're a hat wearer too? Yeah. Do you like beanie style or something else, Chuck?
Hi, Frank.
I barely ever wear hats. I wear my straw hats to keep the sun out in the with the wide brims during the summer, but and not get the top of my head sunburned because Colorado's ridiculous. Utah's you've got the same problem with altitude. So
I think I'm at like almost 6,000 feet around there.
yeah, I'm a little short of 6,000 as well. It's bad. Just the like, it's hard to explain unless you experience it. It's like it feels.
I tell you, I had no idea when I first moved out here. That first sunburn, ooh, that was a whole different experience than I'd ever had. And I've got pretty red skin. So.
Right. Ugh. Did you blister?
Oh yes, like
Yeah.
immediately.
Yep.
Immediately.
Yeah, I pretty much, if I'm going to be out and about in Colorado sun, I pretty much have to do 100 SPF because it's just so ridiculous. Let me get to the back now.
Now, how do I want to do this? Let's see.
Okay, I got 3. Yeah, you think about next step and I'll try to get caught up. And now it's pinned down, even though it's going to be noisy, it's pinned down, so it'll be a little bit better. How many different Christmas in July things are you participating in?
This?
Just,
I
just this
haven't
for
done
fun?
anything else.
Yeah. There's something I have to get done anyway, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to do armchair chefs, but
What is she doing?
she's just doing make something based on either your favorite part of wintertime or Christmas time or a character or a movie, something inspired by something at that time of year. Winter solstice, Hanukkah, whatever, Kwanzaa, it doesn't matter. As long as it's that time of year, you know. And I really need to get a stocking made, but it's what's going to be on the stocking that fits her parameters. Not that they're strict parameters, and it doesn't have to be crochet or knit either. So hers is pretty open ended.
I was thinking about pulling out. I have some projects that I've worked on a little bit here and there the last 2 Christmas seasons. I thought about pulling some of those out and maybe trying to finish them up. Like I have a garland going and
nice.
Oh, what else? I finished stockings last year. It's super easy. Like somebody gave me a ton of blanket yarn.
Ah.
I got gifted by the yarn fairy. And so I used blanket yarn to make each of us stockings.
So it was something that you wanted? Or you didn't necessarily know that you wanted it. Maybe that's a good way to say it.
You asking about the blanket yarn?
Yes.
Oh, well, absolutely. I mean, who doesn't want free blanket yarn?
Right.
Yeah. she had basically, so she does what I do. She buys blanket quantity for pretty much everything. And so after she's done with the project, she just has leftovers. And so I was at her house one day and she had bought me a birthday present of a bag full of yarn. And a lot of it was like the big skeins that you get from the Dollar Tree for like $5 and whatever. And then she was like, and then go shop in, and showed me which shelves of her yarn room to shop through. And I was like, just take whatever because I've done projects from all of this and I'm out of ideas. So I took home like 3 garbage bags because she kept being like, no, just take this one too and take this one too.
Nice.
Okay. I'm not going to complain. All right.
My starter stash was a friend clearing out her storage in this four boxes, 4 pretty good sized boxes of yarn, all different kinds, from super skinny to blanket yarn, all of it, everything.
Yeah, most of it was either blanket yarn or just basic value acrylic kind of stuff.
Hi, Mona. Hi, Blair. Yeah. I think Blair is new to me. Thanks for stopping in. Let me see what else I missed. I should double check the chat here. Hi, Sam. How are you?
Let's see.
And Sam, it's who is that for the winter theme challenge? So the one that there are several, but the one I'm doing is Armchair Chef. And just go watch her video on it. I believe it's named Christmas in July. I think I put a post up about it. So you could look at my post too, then you could find it that way too. But I know there are several different Christmas in July kind of things going on. This is the one hers was the one that kind of fit. I already had to get the stocking done so then I can put the character or the theme or the idea from the winter / Christmas / holiday season on it. So that's my plan. Let's see if I missed anything else. New Horizons, hello. I think I've watched New Horizons, or maybe I've seen you in chat. There's a lady who's I cannot remember her name, but her channel's purpose is mostly to like connect people, and she posted this live on her posts for all of her people. So I thought that was really nice and very unexpected. But yes. Are you into gardening? I don't recall. Or plants?
I am not the one with the green thumb in this house.
Okay.
Appreciate, but I'm not the one.
Yes. Mona sifting some soil and more. She does diamond painting and she does crochet. Not currently, she's not crocheting, but she will be crocheting again soon. But she's a pretty impressive gardener. She knows her stuff. So if you're into that at all, check her out. At some point, Nightbot will tell you how to drop your channels. Just wait for that. And then, is that a ACNH reference? ACNH. I don't know. I don't know. Now, Sam's down in Australia, so it is winter time there. So their Christmas is in the summer, so I am curious as to whether Christmas in July here is partially connected to that thought of, you make your Christmas things in the summer because then you're ahead of the game. And for them, they're making it during their winter for their summer holiday. It's so different. How cold is it there, Sam? You can type weather, just regular weather, and then either a city or the zip code, whatever. Well, actually, I don't know if international zip codes work. I don't know. Probably easier with the city. Maybe the country too. I don't know. I know Dorothy hardly ever has trouble when she types Tasmania. It's no problem. I haven't seen Dorothy in here yet, but she did make a comment on before we were actually live, so I'm assuming she'll be back. Sniper Boofy plus Goofy. Hello, how are you? I forgot your name. I apologize. But yes, I had to restart. I just need to make sure that's a tucked stitch and not a drop stitch. Yep, that's a tucked stitch. That's fine. I don't worry about those, especially on something like this, right?
Yeah.
The chenille doesn't seem bothered, and the Sentro doesn't seem bothered by the chenille. I think it was that knot. There was a little knot, and hopefully it'll land in a different place this time, and maybe I won't have that problem, hopefully. Because this was a scrap cake that I had made.
I'm going to have to do something with my scrap cake.
Yeah.
I think I have like 8 of them.
Oh, yeah. Now, I haven't connected anything to it, but I had it caked up and center pull ready and all that stuff. It's still bouncing a lot. I'm sorry, guys. It is connected to the table at least. But. I know not to force it, and that that little thing that it just did, that noise.
Yeah.
That's what it did before, but this time it didn't stop me from going. So I think we might be okay. All right. Okay. I think we're okay.
So this might be really cute.
Okay. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Yes. It showed you. So yes, go ahead and drop your channels. If you don't know Sam, Sam, you're another one I need to add to my group of people that I regularly go check out these channels. I saw somebody that does a daily, they'll go shout out a channel they watch daily as a post. I wonder how much that makes a difference.
I just realized I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to get these thing eyes and then
Oh yeah. Don't sew up without your eyes. Well, I mean, you could sew on eyes, but you said you wanted to use your other eyes. I know this is really annoying. Yeah, sorry. See there, that weird. I wonder what that is.
But at least I know it's long enough now. I would say about 16 inches is what I got.
Okay. There's my Pooh Bear measuring tape that's too cute for words. 15 inches single, right? Not doubled up.
Yeah.
Yes, isn't this too cute? His little tiny body and his big giant head. All right. Okay, I'm only at 13 inches, so I need to go a little bit more. Hopefully this cooperates with me. I would go kind of slow. Again, it could be the chenille. It could be that it's hitting the ground. I don't know. I don't know why it's acting up so much. It's not like it's humid here because it's still Colorado.
Right.
Yeah, Sam, I actually really like my 48 pin for hats specifically. I'm still struggling with the panels, but this hat, it has a brim, so you go 30 rows and then you hook it back up into it, and then you just continue on normal, because then it's a nice stretchy hat without being doubled up, especially when you're using acrylic. Like acrylic is so warm on your head. It's kind of ridiculous in that regard. So that was a good compromise. And I like how stretchy that made it too. So it would fit a lot of different size heads. But anyway.
Like most things I make, this is going to be a wonky little snowman. But it's cute already. I love it.
Like this, Margaret? Is that what you want? Like this? Is that what you're saying? Oh, yep. Margaret's always right. Margaret and Linda with the good advice.
What did she save you on?
If they, what's that?
I said, what did she save you on?
She said, pull your work down inside to tighten it just a little, and now it's moving a lot smoother. So Linda and Margaret always have spectacular advice because they have experience with like all the things. I definitely like the height of using my little lemon table better, but this setup for the tiny Sentro made more sense. And then I didn't have to detach my 48 pin from the lemon table. Okay, I'm going to get back to the black pin and I'm going to measure again, but I think it should be big enough. And you're able to see the chat now, right? Or whatever you did to see the chat. Okay, now it's plenty long. Okay, then I need to cast off. Now you just cinched each end, right?
That's what I'm working on, yep. I cinched up here and kind of sewed the two together.
Okay. Oh, this is the wrong notions back. This is bobbins and clips. That is not going to have what I need in it. Hopefully I have my, no. Yes, I do. I prefer the bent needle for this part. How do you measure your cast off length? Or do you just ballpark it?
Totally frankly, I don't even know what that means.
Okay, so what I do, it's because I used knitting looms before I ever had one of these. And so I go around twice. Usually you really only need 1.5 to make sure you have long enough to sew your cast off, if that makes sense.
So you go around it twice when you're...
Yeah, to just get, it's more than long enough. It's way longer than it needs to be, but yeah. And that's how I quote unquote measure. I do it very loosely. So it's not, like I said, it's not precise. It's just to make sure for sure I have enough.
Yeah. Like doing the double magic ring.
Right. Oh God. The double magic ring is helpful, but a pain in the butt. The cast off part is.
Thank you.
And so you're outside, you said, right?
I am.
How's the weather?
It's beautiful.
Perfect. Yeah. Nice. Our weather was perfect last night. I think it's a little warmer today.
It was a little nasty earlier, but see what it says now.
But you have dry heat just like us too, so it's not as bad.
Or do you have to put weather first? I think I did that
Oh
backwards.
yeah, backwards. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Thank you. See, both Linda and Margaret with the sound advice. If you ever have a question, those are who I'd send you to. Go ask them. They'll know. They know their stuff. Even though I think Linda.
92 right now. It does not feel like it's 93 right
Yeah, it was 92 here earlier, and I'm like, wait, what?
now. Are you serious?
Yeah, it doesn't feel.
I'm
Yeah, it
uncomfortable
really
with it.
didn't feel like it, which I usually feel that pretty badly, but it was fine.
My little guy's not getting a mouse. There's his little face.
Oh, cute. Oh, oh no.
Oh no.
Somehow my my little cover decided to go over the camera part.
Oh.
Yeah, for no reason. I didn't touch it.
Well, hello there, sifting.
Yes, that's her name is Mona. She's lovely. She's the one I was talking about as an
Oh,
expert gardener. But she diamond paints and crochets as well. She works with Gulf Coast Granny Charlotte a lot. Oh,
hmm. Okay. Neat. Like,
I might do a practice round for something later, but it wouldn't be like for real. Um,
for what?
for giveaways
Oh.
because I hit a very important milestone. It won't YouTube won't catch up just yet, but
Oh.
Wednesday during the day, I'm going to have a live with at least So Magical Michelle. Anybody who wants to join would be welcome to join me. Um,
Okay.
and I will be doing some giveaways. And the reason So Magical Michelle specifically is because I won a second journal from her. And instead of her sending it to me, because this is the journal I won from her, it's so cute, right? The little drawings on it. I've already written in it. This is where I'm planning out the thing I'm making for Armchair Chef for her personally for being a mod and all the help. And she's the reason I even started a channel. But anyway, so giving her yarn is silly, right? If you know anything about Armchair Chef, you know that giving her yarn is silly.
Yes.
So I'm doing something
This
different.
much I know about her.
Yes. So I'm doing a painting for her, but I'm like creating the painting, so it's if it comes out like it is in my head, it's going to be so amazing. But that has nothing to do with Wednesday. However, she's obviously somebody. Well, I think, maybe, she might be available, but I think she has to work at that time. But anyway, so magical Michelle. So I'm going to have Michelle come on and promote her journals, and then we'll do a giveaway for the second journal that I won. So instead of it coming to me, it will go directly to whoever wins during the live. So the giveaways will all be, I think, maybe I'll do one thing that's like for commenters not in the live, but I think I'd like to do it all in the live. I think it'll be like 4 or 5 things that I'll give away. I don't know. All stuff I already have, nothing. And then I'm debating if I should do something that I've made as well. How many of you, what do you think there?
I love the idea of receiving makes. I don't know if it feels the same, but
yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. So I potentially say, what is something that I've made that you would, not the mat blanket, guys, that one takes too long. And heck no to the animal blanket. I'm not making that ever again. Still not done with it. I'm partway through the cat though, so we're getting closer. And
I've
she had a baby on
got
the
a
front.
little bit. There's a handful of makes I might put up for giveaway someday. If somebody wants one, speak up. You can have that.
Right.
Oh my goodness. It's
But
cute.
anyway, but I want to be able to. I want to be able to, in the process, promote like the people that have helped me and helped my channel get to where it is. Obviously, Camille, but
So did you say what the milestone is?
I didn't. I got my. I'm over 500 subscribers, and I got my 3,000 watch hours. So that means when YouTube counts them all and verifies them all and whatever, I will be able to get super chats and super stickers.
Well, that's
And
all.
I think memberships, I don't know if I'm going to set that up. That won't be a right away thing. I'll have to figure that out. But I mean, I never,
Congratulations.
ever, thank you so much. I've never, ever, ever in a million years dreamed that I would get to that point. So it's kind of amazing.
Right. I don't know what the goal is here with me being on YouTube. I'm
Right.
just, you
I get you.
know what I
Yeah, you
mean?
were doing it for your own self, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I
That's
it's
how I started
mostly
too.
document for myself. And I have so many people so often be like, how do you do this? And I figured, well, if I make a YouTube channel, maybe someday I'll be able to explain myself. Like,
Yeah. And it's pretty effective way to do that. Like I was already posting what I was making and stuff on Facebook and Instagram, and I was typing out my funny classroom stories and stuff, but it's just not the same. And then you don't get to connect with experts like Margaret and Linda.
right.
Hi Jen, how are you doing? So yeah, I'll
Right.
put a post up. But yes, it will be one where I'll probably go through Restream for that one. Even though it's not as user friendly to the guests, um, at least in my experience. It's fine.
I think
It's
I've
not
only seen like
like
one or two
legitimately.
people.
It's not as good as Streamyard. It's just not. But it's decent. Okay, so I sewed that end up. I cinched it. Now I need to cinch this end and then sew the two together. Is that what you said?
So what I did was turn it so it's kind of inside out,
Oh,
and then I
inside out.
pinched them each, and then sewed them together.
So you have inside out.
And then the two ends, so like the open ends,
Yeah.
I stitched them individually, and
Right.
then them together.
Okay.
I've got number two going because I got two babies I got to make these for. So
Yes. Yes, which works for me because I had to restart. So, but yes. Oh, sorry, I'm not as chatty as usual. I'm so grateful that
hanging out with Jen. Hi, Jen.
Helix had an idea. Lexie had an idea here to make these snowmen for Christmas in July. But yeah, do look and see. Look at armchair chefs because this definitely would qualify. Um, ah,
I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Can you see in the chat for much longer?
say it again.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the chat for much longer. I'm going to go plug this phone in real quick.
Oh, gotta plug the phone in. I I relate to that. Thank goodness the other day when I went excessively long in my live, which I was not planning on doing, but it's what happened. Um, I thankfully had the live pulled up on my laptop or because my chat froze and then there was a whole thing at the end. It wouldn't let me leave. Um, so there's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes of just like a black screen at the end of that live I did yesterday. It's goofy. So it was fun though. I made this. I did this diamond painting.
Oh, wow.
This little coaster. Yeah. I just so that's
I have to get way down here to see this phone now.
okay, sorry. All the way. So there it is for those of you. That's yesterday's live if you want to catch any part of that. But yeah,
I
that's
missed that yesterday. I fell down the Mama G was having a live and then Dee's Creative Hands.
yes. Well, like I said, I was trying to watch a bunch of lives. At the moment I went on, only one person that I watch, and it's not even somebody that I would call that I regularly watch, what happened to be live. So it was kind of after all those folks.
Mm.
And then, but after that, everybody's live that I was going to, I kept getting kicked out. And like I said, and sometimes it was more than just YouTube that I'd get kicked out of, like everything. So had to do a reboot and then everything seemed to be fine. Okay. So now I'm inside out. Both are sewn together. Right?
Yep.
And
So,
then double it up.
yep, double it up. Then the afterthought I had is that maybe I should have done the base of it first and then done the head.
Gotcha. Okay. So
That's my
I'll try to do
recommendation.
it the way you were thinking.
Yeah. My recommendation is do its butt first.
So you're saying, so make this bottom, this part, make it the butt, right? The bottom part.
Yeah, the part
And
that's
this
going to be
part, the
closed
head.
off now.
Okay.
Yep.
And then guess what I forgot to bring in?
Take it
I
front
forgot
and
to bring
then
in
do
my
it.
polyfill. So I will be back in a
If
moment.
whatever messes rough at the top then would be covered like this,
Hello, Jason.
would be covered by the hat.
Right. Jason in the chat there, that is Crafty Witch Andy's husband. Like I said, she's who I was gonna do the more of the octopuses, octopi, but then your idea of doing the snowman was more fun for the Christmas in July theme. Hello, Vima. What time is it in India? I never get that quite straight. Okay. So, do you think it's okay to go ahead and use? Yeah, it's thick enough. I can use these yarn scraps, right? It's the oh, what the heck happened? What the heck did I do?
Oh, that was me.
Oh, okay.
Trying to see the chat and somehow close myself out.
Me a million times. So do you think this is thick enough that I don't know.
Use
That I
all
can
that colored
use
yarn.
that colored yarn? Probably not, huh? Okay, I'll go get some polyfill. I'll be right back. I'll put the lovely things to look at while I'm gone. And Lexie, you can chat if you can see the chat. Right now it's Jason, Vima, and Mona that are chatting, and Jen
Oh, hello, everybody.
hanging
Can't
out
see
with
at the
Jen.
moment.
Yeah, hanging out with Jen is pretty new to me. I don't know if she's new to YouTube, but I'll be back.
Okay. I must say this goes much smoother than I expected. Bottom. We established 16 inches. I wrote it down. Roughly 16 inches long.
There it is. I went all the way to the other room to discover that my polyfill was right next to my desk. So, of course it was. All right. Oh, in your RV, yes. You're traveling around, right? Sniper Boofy and Doofy. Again, I apologize. I don't remember your name. Oh, wait. I need to sew that together. Which one's shorter?
Hey. Right. Dog has figured out how to go under the chairs at this table and scratch his own back.
Oh.
And he's very, very ticklish, so he tickles himself.
That's too cute.
He's a mess. Right, come on, bud.
You have dogs and cats too, right? Do you have both or just dogs?
Both.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Thought you were a crazy both person like me.
Yep. Too many of each, actually. Almost there. A couple more inches.
All right. So I'm just sewing. I haven't been on a camping trip, but probably next month. Sleeping in more. Okay. Right. Like living in it. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Is it by choice? You want to do that? Is it more pleasant? I know people who definitely choose the RV lifestyle.
Oh, yeah. I've known a few. In fact, a friend of mine, so right now, they have their ranch, but they're all only living in RVs so far while they're building everything on the property.
Gotcha.
He brought me a piece of dino bone the other day that he found on the property.
That's so cool.
Oh, this was him going, "You need to come play." Look what I found.
Yes. Yes, you're definitely going to need to go check things out. In that mining class I mentioned in regards to all the lovely rocks, I'll just grab one off the shelf here. There's my favorite though. Obsidian is my favorite. They were talking about how is this related to what you said? Oh, dinosaur bones. We were on a place called Dinosaur Ridge here in Colorado, and they showed where these fossils are like embedded in the shale, basically the rock. But that's kind of a flat rock that's created by sediment. Does that look proportionally right for the butt to the head, or do I need a bigger butt? What do you think? I need more.
I mean, you ask, but
Yeah, it needs a little more. More.
A little bit more.
But anyway, they would actually, how they could verify that it was a dinosaur bone, they would run I'm gonna say Geiger counter. That's not correct. I don't think. Something over it to detect
Oh yeah.
The carbon and uranium or whatever it is in the fossils. So that's how you can like tell, because the half life of something. What is it? The half life of that they how they figure out how old bones are. Is it the carbon or
I
is it
think it,
something else?
I think it's the carbon.
Carbon, yeah. Okay, so from here, did you sew it down or what did you do here?
I just went back and forth between the stitches and cinched it down, tied it off.
Okay. That's pretty similar to the octopus that Andy Crafty Witch 232 did. I believe I left all of that linked as well. If you're interested in making an octopus instead, I should probably show you what I'm doing. If you're interested in making an octopus instead of a snowman, they are really fascinating creatures. Octopi. Not that I'm the animal person so much in my family, but
I need to watch that documentary. What is it, my friend octopus or something?
I don't know if I've heard of it, but I probably have and didn't remember.
I think it was somebody just documenting their like lifelong relationship with an octopus.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I did definitely see something about that. It looked very interesting.
Yeah, they're fascinating.
They're how they
Come on.
function and exist and everything is just so different. And they're fairly intelligent from what I
Oh yeah,
understand as well.
baby.
This is where using chenille was regrettable. See what it's doing? See what it's doing? It's all right. I can make it work.
Are you done making music with Daddy? That's not good.
Oh, shedding chenille. It's so lovely. It feels so nice, but it's such
You
a
know, I looked at my chenille earlier. I thought about it.
yeah. It's been great. It's been no problem up, and it's thin. Again, it's pretty thin chenille. Um, it's probably labeled a 5, but that to me is a 4 weight. Um, it's been fine except for that little part where I kind of made it shed a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything.
All right.
In my head, I always did. Do you know the movie Empire Records?
Yes.
I hear Liv Tyler. Nothing's ever fine.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. It's the truth.
It was one of the greatest movies.
That's a quality movie. I'm surprised it is not more,
Widely known.
yeah, not more common, like
Classic.
considered classic, true, like you a must see, whatever, however you want to call all the names.
Hey, leave it. Leave it. Good
Oh
boy.
yes, Jen dropped her channel. Yes, yo, I'm so sorry. The chat. I feel like I'm not interacting with the chat enough, so they're being kind of quiet. Or maybe Nightbot's interrupting them. Who knows? Let me log into myself here on my phone and make sure I'm not missing anything on here. hate when it does this. There. I have it muted. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got. I haven't been camping. Yeah, just was dropping my mod channels. Oh, I should have set a timer for it to drop your channel, but I will do that. Oh, that's not right. Ignore that. That's correct. That's the correct one. That's the at. But she is linked in the title and everything, and in the description and everything. Okay, so what am I doing now? Stuffing and then sewing again for the head part. Oh, she's not there. She probably went to get a charger.
Yep, I went to grab.
Yep.
Went to grab it. Maybe I can see the channel.
Yes. I just went into the channel to make sure. I messed up your at first, and you can double check that I did the at correctly the second time. I meant to have it be dropping like it did with my mods, but I forgot to set it up. It is you are tagged in the title, which I guess helps, right? Let me make sure. No, you're not. I'll fix it right now. Fix it right now.
I feel so oblivious to so much of this YouTube stuff.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just here to play, man.
Right. Right. And honestly, it's only been recently that I had to concern myself with these kinds of things and make sure things were done well and done correctly, because now people are actually watching me. So I need to do a good job.
Hey, baby.
Okay, let's fix this. There we go. Now you are officially linked in the title. It's done. I'm glad I had my computer open. Well, obviously I'm doing StreamYard on my computer because I use the little webcam up there. All right. So this is mostly sewing now. So you guys don't have to. The rest of it we're going to crochet, right? The details and stuff. Oh, I need to put eyes on, huh?
Yeah. I'm definitely crocheting its little scarf because that's just easy, and to do the fringe.
Right.
But looking at it, I kind of want to play with doing a hat on the machine.
On the Sentro, yeah. I think that looked very easy, and
Yeah.
so I can show you how to make it so it doesn't like cinch down, or just do the double ended, and then you don't have that problem. Then cinch it on both ends, just like you would like this hat. Like this hat is just a tube, and it's cinched down and put together just like we did this, except obviously. And then I just fold that up. So we could do that too. So I guess it depends on how much yarn you want to use.
Make it snowman.
Okay, where do I want my eyes?
One for you, one for your sister. Hey, come here. Pick what color you want for the hat. The hat and scarf. Red, green,
Oh, yes.
color.
Okay. Yes. Yes, because I didn't do the link right, Jen. I apologize. Actually, if you want to, Lexie, if you want to type hooks 247 just to, so then the correct link is there for everyone to grab.
I will work something out. Put up here.
Stitch right here. I'm going to mess with and fix.
Subscribe to Lexie. You had to go to the description.
Yeah. So go ahead and type hooks 247 in the chat on your phone, and then it will drop the correct link. It's in the heading, but I think it'll be easier for people if you do the hooks 247. So where do I want the eyes? Right about there.
Yeah, I can see a little better. This dog is still under there scratching himself.
Just scratching away, huh? I guess sometimes you just have an itch that needs to be scratched.
Oh, that's funny. He's the one, so he's the foster baby that I couldn't get rid of.
Oh, yes. And yeah, I love his little story.
He's a fun little dude.
He was the one
Especially,
that just needed a different diet, right?
oh no, that's Dahlia.
Oh, that's Dahlia. Okay.
She's the big one. It was supposed to be little because she started out really little.
Yes.
No, Frank. So I got Ziggy because Dahlia needed a playmate at home. She goes hiking with me, but she wants to go every day, and I can't take her every day. So I had to get her a playmate for at home to get her on my
Right.
back a little bit. So I got a little, him and his brother Frank, are half Karen Terrier, half French Bulldog. So he's muscly enough and strong enough to wrestle the big dog, right? And still be
Right.
not as overwhelming because he's not as big for me. So,
Right. Right.
but we live in a county where I think there's like 20,000 people in this county or something, not very many. So when somebody posted that they were trying to rehome this dog that looked like my dog, I asked, well, what is he? She said, Frenchie Karen Terrier. I was like, well, that's my dog's brother, So I felt terrible that he was in this situation. I
Right.
watched him then get abandoned at the shelter over that, like a month later, somebody abandoned him at the shelter over a weekend. And
Oh.
then a week later, they put out an urgent call for a foster because he was not okay at the shelter.
Yeah.
So I couldn't take it. It felt like my nephew needed a place to stay. You know what I mean?
Right. It felt like a family member. Yeah.
So I brought him in planning to pass him off, hopefully to my cousin who was actually looking for a dog. But him and his brother are just so cute together. I can't
Right.
separate them now. So now I'm
They
stuck
just
with him.
became besties. Yeah. Yeah.
Thankfully, he tries very hard to be a good boy. And he's super funny.
And he's not too big, but like you said, strong. Still strong.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell you what, though, I will never, ever, ever do litter mates again.
Oh yeah. Do they get up to
Double the
shenanigans
trouble.
or?
There was one 24-hour period that they got out of my gate 3 different times
Ugh.
and went running amok through the neighborhood. The first time I found them, Ziggy was covered in horse poo, completely green, covered in horse poo. And his brother I found on top of a rooster pulling feathers out.
Oh.
Thankfully, he didn't get blood that day.
Yeah.
But the man who owned that house let me know that he will not tolerate that the next time.
Right.
And thankfully, the chicken was. I've never felt so bad, and I apologize to the chicken as it went stumbling away, and I'm trying to chase my dog down. I was like, I'm so sorry, chicken.
Right. Yeah. Chicken.
3 times in 24 hours. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Jen, this is the gadget I have actually played with, and then I was playing with. Where did I put it? I put it underneath here for the moment. I made this body with this 22 pin Sentro, which is still showing on Lexie's screen if you want to see that. But as far as my other new gadgets, let me see what else did I get. I have not played with these stitch markers, the ones with the numbers. Um, right there. They have the numbers on them, so you can use them as row counters or you can use them to mark what size hook you're using. I've heard people use them that way. I have never done that, so I don't know. Do you have a hook that's like your go-to hook? Or do you just whatever the project needs?
Whatever the project needs,
Yeah.
primarily. There's a kind that I go to before I go to any other, hoping that it'll work with the project, but that's not
Yeah.
always the case. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like this.
I like furls, but I almost never use my furls on amigurumi because most of my furls are too big.
Yeah.
Are you Susan Bates or boy? Like that's usually the
Use a bait, definitely.
Susan Bates. Oh yeah. Oh, that's why you. Yeah, that's why you were saying this is the one that you were like, oh, that's what I'm the most jealous of my Joann's hauls.
Oh, yeah.
The
That's,
twist and lock or whatever it's called.
for that price, holy buckets.
For $18. Yeah, no, right?
Not that I need any more, but oh, in a heartbeat, I would have.
It turns out there is a size hook in there that I cannot find in my other hooks. I know I have one. So it's a good thing I have that because I need to use that to make.
Was that your like 7 or whatever it was that you were looking for the other day?
Yes. Yes, because I have this 7, but I can tell you right now, I'm not probably going to like this 7 at all because it's just, I don't know. I know how I crochet and I just suspect I'm going to hate that. Will I hate it for sure? No, but I
And then second
just,
favorite are these Temu ones. There's no brand name to it.
oh, the ones that are kind of glittery. Yeah,
Yeah,
I have some Temus like this, but I like the shape of those better. And this is what I like for my amigurumi.
it's so much lighter than the Omi. It's
Mm.
quite nice and it feels sturdy. Like I'm so pleasantly surprised. I bought myself a backup set and then a set for the giveaway that I plan on doing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah, you can get some decent crochet hooks from them, really. A lot of stuff has come from there, but right now it's like, what am I going to have to pay to get that?
Yeah, I haven't even really looked since they
Right.
changed everything.
Right.
Which, my pocketbook and my husband appreciates, I'm sure. But
Right.
oh, I should have made its butt bigger. I'm not happy with it.
Oh, it's you're unhappy with the size.
I need to
Which
bring
part?
where I was cinching it up higher, which means I gotta pull the whole thing out.
Aw. Oh, Susan Bates. You're a Susan Bates person too, huh? Yeah, I'm definitely Susan Bates. I know a lot of people who 100% prefer the boy hooks. My grandma used boy hooks. I only know that because pretty sure my aunt is the one who gave me all the hooks, and they were from my grandma. So my first hooks when I was restarting again.
Yeah, the cheap ones that are shaped like the boys is all I ever used. They weren't
Yes.
even the actual boys. That's all I ever used until just a couple of years ago, and then I got my first Susan Bates, and that was it.
Yeah, this all the way. Exactly. That's exactly what happened. I think it was a Bag a Day Crochet was doing comparison and explaining the difference between the inline hooks and the Susan Bates versus the Boy, and like explaining what the difference was. And I'm like, I happen to have an inline hook, and I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely prefer that. And then, so generally, I don't use, like, I don't know if I have used this hook at all, even though it is inline. It's an inline furls, but like this head is just so fat. I don't,
What
yeah.
size is that?
It's a furls that 10 millimeter,
Oh, okay.
but I have this furls in wood that's 9 millimeter, and I freaking love it. It's fantastic. But you can see how nice and pointy that is.
Yeah, I
So the
feel
rest
like
of
the
it,
Omi, even the bigger ones, stay pretty pointed.
yeah, see, I like that. And okay, again, I have other furls. See, that 10 is actually slightly better than the 9. This one's the metal one. This is heavy. I haven't played with this yet just because it's heavy. This is a 5.5, which I use my resin 5.5 all the time. So it's good to have another 5.5. But yeah, I like the pointier the head, the happier I am with it usually. This is a 6, and that one's fine. Let me get it all the way up there. Even though it doesn't look that pointy, it's pointy enough.
Yeah, I feel like they're pretty. So that's the other thing that I've seen with the furls. I feel like that pointiness changes and it gets duller the bigger they are.
Right.
The Omi, I don't know if you can tell there, but
Oh, yeah.
since it's
That's the
5
same.
versus a 7, and it's the same.
The same. Yep.
It stays consistent with that, and I appreciate that.
I'm trying on that. Where did I put my prim hook? I was using a prim hook, and I really liked that too. I could definitely, prim is more similar to the Susan Bates, but
I
then it
looked at
has a
them.
little
I
wide.
wanted
Yeah,
to see if I could get some when they were cheap.
right. That's it. Well, honestly, that's the only way I buy nice hooks, right?
Yep, I don't have any furls yet. I found Omis as the alternative to furls before ever considering buying furls.
Yeah, I've only been gifted furls. I have not purchased one. Gifted in different ways too.
The $12, I have a hard time paying literally twice that.
Twice that for a single hook, right?
Exactly. Like each of the Omis is $12, but
Yeah.
half the price of a single furl.
Right. Right.
Or like
Unless
a
they're
gamer
mystery.
knockoff furl set.
Right.
Those.
I feel like Crochet Rocks Tracy. I don't know if you've ever watched her. She's over in the UK. She got a set of was it the Omi or was it the, it was some sort of knockoff furls. And she was like, she's a pencil grip, so she was expecting to hate it, and she ended up actually liking it. But she ended up liking the knockoffs more than the brand name, which is kind of what you're saying, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can't say that for sure because I haven't actually used the brand name, but I'm very pleased with my knockoffs.
Right. I'll tell you which ones I very much like. This one, this one, this one. But these cherry swirls, these big cherry swirls, do not like. I like this cherry swirl just fine. The wood one's probably my favorite. The metal one, I just haven't played with it. I'm sure I'll like it. I just have to get used to the weight. It's
The
heavy.
weight is tricky. I almost had to train myself with the new knockoff metal ones. I had to train myself a little bit to get my grip right and use both
Okay.
hands for a couple of weeks.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
I put Coban on it for a little bit of grip and then got used to the weight. And now it's comfortable.
Oddly enough, 5.5 is probably my most common nowadays.
It definitely was my most common.
Unless I'm doing amigurumi, and
That was
obviously that's way too
common.
big. And what are you most commonly using currently?
I don't know. I
Whatever.
have projects right now going with my 7mm. I have my smallest, I think, is a 2.75 right now. But that's my range right now of all the projects I'm actively working on. It's 2.75 up to a 7.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm using a 2.25 on one project and then a 5.5, and then I need to use a 7 on this project. But I just need to finish that darn animal blanket, and then I'll get knocked out in a day, I'm sure, to pattern test for Camille for the hat. But also I won't post anything about that until. But she needs my information to make sure that, because I have an exceptionally small head, she wants to see that the pattern fits somebody with a small head.
Yeah, that works for you too.
Yeah.
I have an exceptionally large head, so
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm definitely the abnormal one. I find fewer people that are like me. However, Michelle plays hello, Renee.
everything.
We made the body part of the snowman on the 22 pin Sentro. Now we're just putting it together. I'm sewing the head on. I have a stray hair here. Guess I could stick it up and call him Alfalfa. No, just kidding. But we were discussing whether we were going to um, use the Sentro and go ahead and make a little tiny hat, or crochet a little hat for them. I think we're gonna give the Sentro a try, right?
I'm thinking so.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do like a single layer, and then the way I'll stitch it,
Yeah.
with a square at the top so it has like little kitty ears.
Oh, I love that.
I think that's what I'm looking for.
Especially because they're for your kids. Yes, your kids will
Yeah.
love that. I might
So
try to do this style where I create a little brim.
yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yep. I don't want to put an elm beetle in there.
No
Like you have to do on the
guarantees.
top side.
Oh, what's going on outside? Getting chatty out there. It's funny. I can tell that the down a little ways, people that the kids have all grown up and kind of gone their own ways, because I used to hear them playing basketball every day during the summer, like all day, and now they're never around. So they probably have jobs, and maybe some of them are off to college. It's just it's interesting when you're in a neighborhood long enough, seeing all the changes of the people that stay. There are so many people that have been in these homes since they were built, which is like wild. Both sides of my house, they've been here since these houses were built,
Wow.
which I've like never been first owner of anything. Except the car we just got, the electric car we just got a couple years ago. Last year? I don't even know. I lose track of time. Last year or the year before? No, it had to be in the year before. But anyway.
We are by far not first owners here. My house is a 1919.
The 1990 of 1919 first owners of what?
I said we're definitely not the first owners here.
Oh. Yes, and that's the year we moved into the house that I'm currently in, actually. 1919. No, 2019. 1919. I'm not that old.
Like, damn, girl, you're old.
Oh, ain't you? Think that would qualify as potentially truly dusty. Uh, well, I guess people live that long, right? 105, 106. Sorry. Yeah. All right. So the chenille is fine. Just be careful with the sewing and the pulling on the ends because then it shreds. All right, let me pull this back up. But I'm going to put the tape on the bottom first because that definitely helped the situation. Now, did you change states and move there? Or was that prior that you moved around a lot?
So, my dad was military.
Oh, okay.
Um, but he's in the missiles wing.
Okay.
So there was only 3 places that he could be stationed when I was first born.
Okay.
So I was born on one of those bases and
Yeah.
then grew up in Minot. And then I ran from there as soon as I could. I first ran to Minneapolis because, that's the city that was close. And I
Yeah.
went there for a while. And then went back to Minot for a while before moving out to the Salt Lake Valley.
Okay. So you were up there too. Okay. And now you're
Oh,
further
yeah.
south,
I was
right?
almost 21 when I moved here in 2004.
Mm.
So, and then we moved out of the city back in 22 because I
Okay.
raised my kids up there.
Right.
I grew up. My mom is from St. Louis. I grew up with exposure to city, but I am not a city girl. I grew up in North Dakota. Like, did not want to raise my babies up in the city.
Right.
Oh my gosh, this one's face might be even cuter than the last one.
I haven't done much with the face yet. Wonder if I should. I don't know. Where's my black pen? There it is.
Anybody in the chat doing anything for Christmas in July?
Yes, and what Christmas in July things are you? Or yeah, I know there are several out there. Like I said, the one I'm participating in is Armchair Chef Lori. Lori is not part of her title, but that is her name. So it's always fun when we're live together, Lori and Lori. Which one are you talking to? So I would imagine you don't run into a whole lot of Lexies on the tubes.
Usually when I do, they're about 5 years old. So
Yeah. I over my career, I had a handful of students named Lexie, and that's nearly 25 years. So and they were pretty spread out. The weirdest name, it's not a weird name, but the weirdest, like, I had 3 girls named Evelyn in the same class. Like and that was like
that's
about 10
and
years
that's
ago.
like an old lady name.
Right. You think of the older generation, right? And to
Yeah,
have 3 of them, it would be one thing to have one,
yeah.
but 3 of them in the same class, it was wild. So at least one of them went by the nickname Evie, but yeah, I always had to give a last initial if I was saying the other one of the other. Oh, the worst ever was when I had 4 Erics and two Dereks, or 3 Dereks and 4 Erics, something like that. It was that was atrocious. They were all last named. So I'm sorry. No, it's if I say a first name here, we're not gonna know who I'm talking to. So yes,
Yeah,
that was
who
good times.
knows that that's what you're setting your child up for, right?
Right, right.
Oh, so they ended up almost the same size.
Oh, good. So I'm debating: do I want a red hat or do I want a black sparkly hat?
Um,
What do you
I
think?
mean, my impulse says black sparkle, but
Right. That was my leaning as well. So we'll go with it. The black sparkle is amazing, right?
always it's black and the sparkles together and separately.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do that funny little brimmed hat, but we're gonna see if it works.
And let's see if we can do this. See how a little pretty hat goes. Yeah, so that's going to be the challenge. I want to figure out the tubes because I feel like it'd be so much faster to make my girls' dresses if I could figure out how to do the panels on these things.
Yes.
Just do the body part and the panel.
Yep.
Because I could do the skirt too. Just do like 4
Yeah.
pieces, beat it.
And then it's using so much
Find a
less
new brand.
yarn and so much less time, both.
Oh my gosh, seriously. Not that I don't enjoy it, I do. But
Right, but if you can make things more efficient and effective, then it's good times. Oops.
what did we do wrong already? Do you not like this yarn? Oh, no, they do not.
Sometimes it does not like certain yarns. That is for real, for real.
Like checking me every time I put something on.
Here, I'll use my gadget for this one because I'm gonna.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I really, really want to figure out panels, and I'm wondering if I should try it on this smaller one and see if. Oh, Ian is a weirdo. That channel
Yep.
he has a market bag and goes over how to do it as panels, and said that he had struggled so much with the panels as well. And so he explains thoroughly how to deal with it and how to
Who is
actually get your panels to work. So when I do that, I will link that pattern. That is, but it's just look for drop stitch market bag on the Sentro, and it's Ian is a weirdo is the channel.
okay? I know Ian.
Yeah. So yeah, so I'm hoping I can finally learn. Yes. Hi Renee. Hi. I'm glad you're all talking to each other. I know I've been really bad about not talking to you all. So every time that black one pops up, I'm clicking the black pin. So on the big machine, it's actually the white pin and the rest of the pins are pink. So this is kind of different in that regard.
I haven't even pulled out my other one yet. potato dip.
You haven't given it a try yet. It's tube setting. It's exactly as easy. It just is. Um, just bigger, of course, and you do have to be more cautious and not go too fast, or you can end up with drop stitches and stuff. I have some messed up yarn here. Oh, I don't want to cut it.
I got super excited earlier today when I was practicing with it because I realized that part of my Decade Divas challenge, I was like, oh, I could do this so much faster on here.
Oh yes, do it. There's something I might be able to do on here to contribute to my Decade Davis too. I don't know. I don't think there's any way I'm going to be able to execute my entire plan, but I have to execute enough of it. I've already got part of it done, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have a whole, so I have 5 pieces.
Yeah.
That I would like to do, but my plan is I have one that could stand, like, they could probably each stand alone, honestly, but there's the one primary that I want to do because that could stand alone and I would be satisfied with that alone if that's all I got done.
Gotcha.
And then there's another one that if I want to get really elaborate with my video, then I have to get this one done too. And I really, really want to do that. There's going to be a train.
I love the train sound. I'm probably weird that way. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to cut it. I'm not happy.
I'd like to get them all done, but we'll see. If I can minimally get the 2,
I have.
do what I want with the video.
Yeah, I have the most important piece done, but it's not 70s if I don't do more pieces. But that, yeah, maybe I need to figure out how to utilize this
Now,
more.
the primary piece, the main piece is about half. And then I started the second piece on the. I have everything pulled out.
You have everything, yeah, grouped together and ready, yeah.
But execution.
Right. Right.
Let's go.
Okay. Hopefully I don't have any more trouble. Yeah. All right. I think I missed a row, but we're not worried about precision here.
It's being difficult.
Is yours being difficult now?
Yep. I don't think it likes this yarn.
Yeah, I legitimately found that on the 48 pin, at least, do not even attempt to use Red Heart Super Saver. I don't know why. Yep.
It's not.
Hates the most. It hates it the most. I don't understand. I did have more trouble with the Hirschners as well. but it wasn't as bad. I mean, at least I could get a tube with Hirschner's, but it said no thank you to the red heart.
Yep, this is a craft value from Michael's.
Oh, craft value, which is fairly similar.
Yep. And it's the old, like it's probably 5 years old.
Right.
So it's a little rougher than I think it is. Their stuff is now.
Okay. I'm going to go one more row and then I'm going to show that nifty trick. Okay, or do I want to go, I think I have to go 12. Okay, there we go. That was not cooperating very nicely. I'm going to go 2 more rows. Oh, my yarn's doing just fine. Okay. And I'm only keeping track because I'm going to do that special technique where I do the brim. I'll show you how to do that. Oop.
Ew.
Okay. So there's.
I was able to send you that trans flag yarn because what I was struggling with is, I don't know if you saw the Pan Pride top that I made.
Oh, yeah.
What I was making the same top, but I kept going back and forth that like I don't want to label myself by wearing that flag, but I also want to support. You know what I mean? Like there's a fine line, and I literally, oh my gosh, I'm gonna pull this up. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
You see what you put across the street from my house right now.
Oh.
You see the deer?
Let me look on the phone. Oh, you know what? Let me make you big.
Oh.
So we can all see them.
I have neighborhood deer that come around, and they like the guy across the way's pear tree.
Nice.
I don't know if you can see that.
Not very well, but that's, I mean, I wonder how many people can see it on there. I can I can zoom in on my phone. Oh, I just saw him run along the side there, right? Oh,
that's actually the neighbor's dog. There's the deer there.
The dogs. Okay.
I want it to look over.
Oh, I see him. I see him. Yeah. Right by near the telephone pole.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's on the fence right there. He's thinking about moving, but he sees the dog.
So, yeah.
So cute.
Very cute. Dear are precious. That was the thing about when I lived in the mountains. Because I lived in like the foothills, but like in the mountains. Elk were part of our lives. Black bears were brown bears. I don't know. They were black colored, but I guess they're brown bears. I don't understand the difference. I'm sure my daughter could explain it. She has a degree in wildlife biology and fishery management, but we had black bear in our yards and elk bugling is beautiful until it's nonstop all night, every night in the fall. Yeah.
It gets old after a while, like anything.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're going to do this, where you're going to build in the brim, so I'm going to have this little tiny brim. So what you do is you go down to that cast on, and you don't want it to pull tight. So you're going to make a knot with it. I'm going to use a needle to do it. Since this is
pausing and watching.
See, you just make a little knot so that it won't pull down and like cinch. Okay. I'm gonna do 2 just to make sure it's nice and secure. Then you don't do the cast on part. You pull the stitch up. So this stitch right here, I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to take the yarn out for a sec. Oh, my yarn is all over the place. I would imagine no one is surprised by that.
Yeah.
All right. So for the moment, we're going to take this yarn and put it over here to the side. Put it in my machine so it's like out of the way and doesn't get involved here. And then I don't need that anymore. All right. So then I'm going to advance it a little bit. I'm not going to grab the cast on. I'm going to grab that first stitch and hook it on that. And then advance a little bit. There's the cast on. There's the stitch. Make sure I'm grabbing the stitch and hook it on. And then not the cast on, the stitch. Oop, I didn't advance it enough. Hook it on. Is this a little tedious? Yeah, but it's cool. And it's not hard. I mean, it's easy. It's just you have to be patient and make sure you're not grabbing the cast on, but the actual stitch. But you don't want that cast on to cinch down. So that's why we knotted it first. And then put it on. And then again, not the cast on, but the stitch. Hook it on. And with the 22 pin, this won't take too long.
Oh, this is going to work out easy, apparently. Trying some of the menagerie on here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, menagerie. Yeah, for real. Like, it'll work great. DKI here is actually the best weight on here, is what I've heard. I have not personally used it yet. Any DK weight. I have used my menagerie. It was on my temporarily secret. Hopefully it won't be secret too much longer. Maybe next week. But I only used the menagerie yarn on that project.
Exciting. I've used so much of it at this point. I love it.
It just works so nicely.
Yeah.
But that's where, like, wouldn't it be nice to be able to make a menagerie top on the Sentro?
Oh, yeah.
Then you would get the most.
On that would be so nice. Oh my gosh. Oh, something wrong here. Uh-oh.
We're almost there. Are we there? Are we there yet? I sound like a child. Oh no.
Do that again.
Oh, that's right. I think.
What are we making? Hello, Jill.
We are Fiber Floozy. We are making little snowmen for Christmas in July. And I used kind of a chenille yarn, and I was testing it on the little Sentro. And right now I'm making him a little black sparkle hat, but I'm doing the brim a separate way instead of doing the double, did I move that? Yeah, I did. The double layered, just to see how it looks. This was made that way, where it's the brim, and then this is just single layer with the brim. But yeah, so you had this extra skein because you didn't want it going.
Oh yeah. So I decided not to do the entire shirt that way, and then I was looking at some of the flags, and it turns out that the trans ally flag is black and white stripes, and then the trans flag, and then black and white stripes.
Oh, I like that.
And so right there, that meant that I really only need 2 out of my 4 skeins of that if I wanted to make my top that way.
Nice.
So I decided to do that and sent you one.
Right. No, I was so appreciative because again, this is for a friend's adult kid that
Well, see, and then it opened it up
transitioning.
to where I have enough to make a hat for a friend of mine. So
You do, because this did not, doing it this way where it's not double layered does not take a full skein.
beautiful.
It takes I would say 3/4 of a skein.
And I probably will only do single layer because he's the kind of feller that lives in a hat all year round.
Right. So you wouldn't even necessarily do the brim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
possibly not.
Okay, so let me drop that tail back in. So the brim is on there now, and now I added the yarn, the working yarn back in, and now we're just gonna go along like normal, like we would for a hat. So I won't count that as a row. Let's do 20 more rows. I don't know. Maybe not that many. Maybe 10 more rows. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. I don't know why. What makes it do that? What is making it do that?
What are you up to tonight, Jill?
Is it too tight? Yes, Jill, how are you doing? And how is everything? I know you're planning on going live as many days as possible at, was it 4 Central or 3 Central? She had Vixen Purple Cheryl. What's her channel name? Vixen Purple. I can't remember. But if you look up Vixen Purple on Crochet, you're gonna find it. She lives pretty near me as well. Not Jill, but Cheryl. All right. Watching for the black pen. I'm row counting more. We didn't row count at all on these guys, right?
No.
We just kind of measured. Mine was about 16 inches ish.
Yeah, that's about what I did.
And I did use my cute little Winnie the Pooh measuring tape that is too cute for words. And my granddaughter will never be allowed to see this because it will disappear.
You still have it. Now.
Because I saw this t-shirt and it's just so accurate. It said, you can't tell me what to do. You're not my granddaughter. And yes, that's just accurate. She says, "Hey, Mom, can you make me this?" Okay, yes, I'll make you that. Hey, Mom, can you make me that? Yes, I can make you that. She came in, she picked yarn she wanted to me to make her. That's why it was a neon pink purse. Sorry, it was a neon pink pumpkin shaped purse. Because who would choose a, it looked like a strawberry. It did not look like a pumpkin, but the shape was pumpkin-esque, but it is what it is.
I thought it was a berry at first.
What's that?
But I will admit I thought it was a berry at first.
Oh, absolutely.
Isn't it adorable?
It was very cute. As long as she's happy with it being I have no problem with anybody else calling it a strawberry because I'm sorry, that's what it looked like. Because the silly child wanted a pink pumpkin. She wanted green leaves and she wanted a purple handle. So that's what she got. Okay, now it's going just fine. I think when I was doing the brim part, it like can get a little bit tight. And that is why it was like clicking like that. But you got to be gentle with these centros is what I've heard because you can break the pins. It's what I've heard.
Well, it's somewhat better, but it's still messed up.
Say it again.
So this one went better than the last one, but I still messed up.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm probably going to crochet.
Okay.
You doing good?
I feel like that's tall enough. Let's put his head in. Yeah, it is. All right. Let me think. Yeah, that's about right. All right. Maybe we could play around. I guess it depends on the time. Wow, it's already been 2 hours. Um, we could play around with it and see if we can figure out a panel to do the scarf. But you and I both have had our what do we want to call them? Panel struggles.
Yeah.
I really wish I had actually just chat and crochet. Yes, working on this. Scrap and crime. That's right. What is the full premise of that scrap and crime? I know. Is it just the next scrap is inspired by a case or a story or?
I know nothing of this.
Yeah, dude. She part of her channel, and I guess it used to be a bigger part of her channel is the true crime stuff. Fiber Floozy, that is. Jill. Um, could go a little further. Nope. Didn't come out.
Leave it.
Okay. I haven't done the full face yet like you did on yours.
Nice.
Oh, yes. So cute. And you just free-handed the faces, right?
Yep.
I'm doing that more, but also I mm, I think about things so graphically, like in terms of graphs and pixels and that kind of thing, that I don't. I think it sometimes actually gets in my way of freehanding stuff. I'm too analytical about it, is what I'm saying. I think, and it gets in my creative way.
It's the ADHD. I can't pay attention long enough to a tutorial or reading a full pattern or whatever. My brain just would rather do it, and if I mess up, rip it out and do it again. Like,
Right.
I just plow through things.
And you are not a perfectionist, right? Or are you?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Because I think that can be in it can frustrate you creatively if you've got that
Yeah.
personality. I'm not either.
I mean, there are some things that I'm pretty picky about, and even if I know others aren't going to know all of the little details, like sometimes it matters enough to me still
Right.
to do the tiniest little things. But as far, I'm not a perfectionist. It's they don't match. It's fine. They're cute. They're individuals.
Stitches. Okay. Just random stitches while you talk about the cases. Maybe sometimes you do the projects based on the cases. That's probably what I'm thinking of, or colors that match them. That's probably what I was thinking of, Jill. And then, so you're saying you are a perfectionist and you feel like it gets in the way of your creative process. Yeah. So yeah, it's I've watched it as a teacher. I've watched how, and it's not something that they can, it's not like something they chose, it's not something you choose to be, it's just part of who you are.
Yep.
And so I feel for anybody who struggles with that, because I do know it, like, it's not something you want. It sounds like a good thing, but no, it can be really inhibiting. Okay.
Seeing on the other side of the coin, you have
Right.
somebody who's not perfectionist and ADHD like I am, and that comes with its own amount of stress. Having to fudge
ADHD,
everything, having
definitely.
to redo everything over and over again until you get it right,
Right.
or at least close enough, right?
Right. Exactly. Right. To where it's perfect enough for you, perfectly imperfect for
Yeah.
you. Let's see how this looks on him. You can't totally see that brim, but it's definitely there. I mean, you can feel it. But yeah, no, you can see it.
That's cute.
See how the brim sticks out?
You
That's
can
cute.
see
Let's
that.
see how that fits him. That's cute. Look. Got a cute little black sparkle hat. I don't know that that was faster than crocheting it, to be honest. But at least I knew the size would be right because
Right.
he was made on the Sentro, so that was the advantage for sure. Yeah, there was this one student, absolutely, absolutely brilliant, but so paralyzed by perfectionism. She rarely got her homework turned in because if she made one mistake, she would throw out the whole page. So let's say she was on the very last problem. She
And
made a mistake. Instead of erasing or whatever, nope, threw it all out, started over. Very, that's very debilitating when you experience things at that level. Just like ADHD has its own kinds of debilitating pieces, elements.
I just realized that's probably another reason that I like doing the morning lives and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I'm going to commit to a time for something, I prefer for it to be in the first half of the day, because otherwise I am paralyzed with the fear of missing the thing because I
Oh,
slipped into
that's
something else so easily.
that's good to know. In the future, I will schedule with you earlier.
Oh no, this works. This was different. This was a little more casual. I'm hanging out with you. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right. Nothing.
but things like what kills me is during the school year dance season. I have
Oh,
to have the
yes.
girls there and then do this shuffle. I have to have one in at one time, usually not until at least 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So my entire day leading up to that is getting ready for dance. And then the shuffle of dance all day. I can't do anything. I just get paralyzed. And I'm afraid to do anything because I'm going to miss that time frame.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's rough. I have something weird that happened. It's all right.
But yeah, that's probably why I just go live early in the morning, because
Yeah,
I'm just going to get
because
it
that's
over.
what works for you. That makes sense. Especially during dance season. Oh my God. Was it you were saying that you would like to learn to sew just, or, or maybe it was, oh, I think it was Camille was saying she mostly learned to sew or wanted to learn to sew because be able to make the dance costumes because it starts to get real expensive.
Oh my God, it seriously does.
Yeah. I used
I
to,
was especially appalled that after everything, after paying for dance all year, paying for costumes,
uh-huh.
all this stuff, we still had to pay for the tickets to go to the performance too.
Yes.
I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? We haven't paid
Right. You should get 2 free tickets, right? At least, or whatever, something
for
like
at
that.
least two, one for each parent."
Right. Ugh. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Nope. When one of my daughters did dance, and yep, we had to buy tickets. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Night for a two-night performance this year. I was like, "Oh, you guys, come on."
Yeah. I was on a, if it's not for, oh man, I'm sorry,
Man,
Jill. That's so hard.
oh,
Yeah, the little brim, it's nice, right? It's cute. It just adds a little element, and it's so much less yarn than if it's doubled up, and it's so much stretchier and more flexible. And it looks so clean. It's that lady's pattern. I do have her linked one in um, that one. Oh, did you see the F bomb that I made for Jill? The one, it's black
and
and yeah, I love the colors of hers. Hers is my favorite that I've made. It's so cute. I have to
um,
make myself one because well, I still have the black traditional one, but I need to make a fun one again because one of my friends saw the white one with the pink F, and she bought it. So she wanted it. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll let you buy it.
no.
She buys a lot of my stuff.
You need somebody to buy a lot of my stuff.
Yeah, it's well, and it's funny. It's not usually the people I expect. I have, for the most part, sold to friends or friends of friends. That is, or family. My aunt has purchased some things from me, but then all of her friends purchased stuff from me. That's why I made those octopus hats. And then for one of her friends, they wanted the deer antler hat. And then because I posted the deer antler hat on my Facebook, another friend bought 4 of those hats. So that's
Um,
just kind of how that's happened for me. I don't foresee ever it being much different than that for me. I'm not looking to start an Etsy shop or anything like that, or go to shows. That's
yeah,
I don't see ever having that kind of inventory. That's really
I,
cute.
that sounds like a lot of stress.
Exactly.
And
You
I
need,
need this to be joy, not stress.
right, right. You need to keep it your creative outlet and not your job. Like
Yep.
that's the balance.
Yep.
Okay, I don't know what happened there, so we're just gonna kind of do that and just come down here.
I'm going to go flip this light. No,
I'm going to make this brim a little more prominent. I'm gonna put kind of a stitch through here. Let's see how this looks. Because I obviously didn't do that on that one, but I was trying to be true to the pattern on that one. Like if I'm using somebody's pattern and I'm saying this is the pattern I used or whatever, generally I try to stick to that pattern. Um, but if you've watched me enough, you also know I'm very bad at doing that. I'm very bad at actually sticking to the pattern. I usually make some kind of adaptation. On that one, I did not, especially with the Sentro because I am new at it. And I'm pretty confident when I was new at all of this, I would stick to the pattern. I don't know when I started doing whatever I wanted and breaking all the crochet rules that I didn't know that there were, like mixing yarn weights and stuff like that. crazy stuff like
Oh, no, not that.
that. Sometimes that's a really bad choice, and I would not recommend. I have learned the hard way. Sometimes don't do that.
But you figured it out. Did you get
Well,
past that
thanks
part
to
of the
Camille
blanket?
coming up with that. My gosh. Yeah, it looks. I can show you. It looks so much better because there's the part I didn't pull out because I wasn't going to pull out that many stitches. But you can see it kind of bubbles up a little bit. But all the rest of this is flat, but still maintained the same number of stitches.
Okay.
And this yarn is so thick compared to this yarn. Like, look at that.
Yeah.
So yes, her face, because I said mesh stitch, but then she said do it connected. Yeah, because then I don't get big holes like you would with a mesh stitch. So happy she thought of that because it's working. But yeah, as you can see, I've moved on that blanket. I need to get it done. But I'm not even joking. If you want to have your baby early, tell me when your due date is, and I'll aim for the due date, and you'll end up having the baby early because there's no way I'm going to finish on time because that's just how it's been going. Every single one has had their baby early.
How many is this now?
This is the third or the fourth this year, 2025.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the third this year. My grandson also. I knew he was supposed to be a week early, but nope, 2 weeks early. So even him, and that was last year. So if we count him, I'm on number 4. It's just silliness. I should just plan that everybody's a month early. That's just how I should function. But
Ridiculous.
just
I was at my brother's house the one day, and his wife was well, they weren't married yet,
right.
but she was talking to me about not wanting to wait after the wedding. They want to try to have a baby pretty soon. They've been together for 7 years already. They bought a
Okay.
house,
Okay.
and it's just getting married now and then starting a family. So she was talking about starting soon. And so this is while Joann's was having
Well,
all
there
the
you go.
massive sales and everything.
Yeah.
So I bought yarn for both a boy and a girl.
Yep.
I
Yep.
figure I'm just going to start blankets now
Yep.
that the wedding has happened. I'm just going to start the more neutral one first, and we'll see what happens.
That's
I'm
what I.
hoping to manifest the honeymoon baby.
They did get the honeymoon baby, or just in case they got
Oh,
the honeymoon.
I'm hoping.
Oh, you're hoping.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping there will be the honeymoon baby soon. Announcement.
Because I know it was fairly recent that they got married. Was it in the last few weeks?
It was almost exactly a month ago.
Oh, that's right. It was the beginning of June, right?
Yeah.
Or end of June. End of June. Sorry. Or are we in the middle? We're in the middle of June. What am I thinking? We're in the middle of July, so that would have been the middle of June. I'm just going to show these again because I can't believe how freaking cute these are.
Are these your stitch markers?
Yes.
I love them.
Are they not the freaking cutest?
I saw somebody recently post earrings with the little hanks on them, and
Yes. I think
thinking
I
I'll make
think
a
Lady Bird
bracelet.
does those as well.
I
Yes.
want them.
They're so cute. And apparently I commented that there was 7 and I thought I only bought 6. I didn't realize she throws in what she calls a mini hank if you buy 6. So I bought the 6, and so this one was a bonus. And then these, the freaking tea set's so cute. It's so cute. Anyway, yeah. But yes, those would be fun earrings. Maybe not quite as long, but I swear I saw that she does the earrings too. I hope someday Camille finds her jewelry making stuff because I think she would do that kind of stuff too. Because her whole box of jewelry making stuff plus jewelry is just missing.
I
Like,
tried wire wrapping because of all the stones that I go and find and whatever. I tried to get
yeah.
into that for a minute, and I just don't have the patience. I
Mm,
don't want to sit there and do that. It hurts my hands and makes crochet hard.
yeah. Wire wrapping is I I've not tried. Um, First of all, I don't know much about it. I have moved my camera. There we go. I feel like I hear somebody's phone outside. That's weird. Okay. I have hypersensitive hearing. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but my students did not love that about me.
I bet. I need nothing.
I heard all the things. I would hear somebody's phone like vibrating in their pocket in the back of the classroom. Like, hey, somebody's phone is vibrating, and they'd be like, how do you hear that? I don't know. It's no, it's not fun. You do not want that gift. It's funny how like I would say probably all superpowers, quote unquote superpowers, have downsides.
Deep breath.
So
Being breathed on.
what's that?
Sorry, I'm being breathed on.
Oh, the puppy. Oh, what a cutie. Oh, so cute.
I love you too.
I'm gonna just for the grins and giggles. We're gonna try to make a little panel here. We're
Hey,
gonna just give it a shot.
back up.
Okay. Let's see. How many pins do I want? Oh, I forgot to change it to panel setting.
What is this?
What's her name?
It's a boy.
No. Hey.
It is a boy.
Okay. Sorry, kind of messed it up.
We're close to done with this little tiny hat.
I like that hat. He needs more of a face, but let's see how wide. Oh, that is way too small of a panel. No way that's gonna work. Right. Okay. Do this. Hopefully this will cooperate now. It may force me the other direction, but we'll see. Nope.
We're attempting the panel.
Yep, it's going to force me the other direction. That's fine. We will cast on the other direction. That's going to mess with my brain, but it'll be fine. We're attempting the panel, but it's making me go the wrong way. This is not the first time it's if I mess it up to begin with, then it makes me go this direction. It's fine.
On the floor.
Let's see. And this ball is all the way around to fix it. Should stop me soon. No, it did not. Should have stopped me. That's all right. Stop me the other direction. This is a huge scarf for this little dude. That's the one we want to make sure it goes under. Okay, seems to be working better than usual. Again, I don't know why my machine does that.
What kind of jam, Jill?
God, ooh, yes. What kind of jam? Oh, we need to know.
You gotta have butter on there, I hope.
I don't know why it's
goober, grape, and peanut butter. I don't know why that goober stuff is so delicious, but it really is.
It is. That brand is very tasty.
Like, I hate to admit that I love the, what do they call them? Uncrustables.
Oh, yeah. I like those too.
They're really good.
Yes, Uncrustables. That's a great like snack if you're like packing a lunch, because then it's like the right temperature by the time you eat it.
Right.
Definitely would not call this a full victory here. That might be why. I don't have it in the guide properly.
I've made a little strip here and done the back loop.
Cute.
So it's
I don't know why it does that periodically. It's definitely stopping me going that direction, but it's not stopping me going this direction. Those are some tucked stitches. Oof. I don't know. It looks nice, but it is not correct. I'll tell you that.
Fake it till you make it.
Right. I do have a fake it idea here shortly. Okay. What a mess that is. That's a full-on drop stitch there. Oh. Fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Nothing's fine. Every time. I had never really planned on it, but it sounds like I might get a tattoo before too long.
Oh yeah?
The scene where Lucas isn't supposed to leave the couch, and he takes the couch cushion with him because he's going to go chase the kid that's stealing from them.
Yes.
He walks out holding the couch cushion and says, "Always play with your minds." And there's a whole thing with Rusty, with Mama Jigger.
Yeah.
About tattooing chairs, and so I was playing around one night and asked her, well, would the couch cushion count? And she said, yeah. And I was like, all right, screw tattooing it. Because one of my commissions right now is from one of my friends who tattoos, and he wanted to do like an exchange.
Nice.
I could totally have him do the couch cushion with that phrase around.
That'd be amazing.
Wasn't that on a Empire Records tattoo, but I guess it's happening.
Again, classic, yes. It's a classic it's a sleeper classic. It's not one that everybody knows about. Okay. We're calling it quits on this panel. Let's see how bad it is.
I've officially lost the chat again. That phone died.
Oh, let's see. Well, I don't think she did her goober grape and peanut butter on sourdough. Yummy. I love sourdough. I know some people don't.
Oh my gosh. Look at how cute.
Oh, that's so cute. I love the way the cat ears came out. It's such a different look than this little brimmed hat. That's so cute, though, the little cat-eared hat. So cute.
And now she needs a little scarf.
Yes. This is, in theory, what this is going to be. But, yeah.
Oh, I love the cat ears.
Yes. No, it's perfect. And, yes, you can 100% submit that to Chef. And then this, I'm actually submitting to So Magical Michelle's because it needs to be flag inspired, and it is. Oh, you've got a flag inspired. You could submit that top, right? Is it done?
Yeah, I need to buy yarn.
What's that?
I want to match it a little bit, the anti-pilling feel. So I need to buy yarn to do that, the rest of that top.
But, so it's not done yet. Okay.
Yeah. No, I just decided that that's what's happening eventually.
Got it.
Do you have any experience with any other anti-pillings that feel like that you would recommend?
That feel like this?
The living.
Yes. Which one is close? Which one is close? Not Hirschner's. Um, Premier anti-peeling
Prime
is
Premier.
pretty close. What else? Uh, Jill, you've worked with the Big Twist living yarn. What anti-peeling would you say has the closest feel to it? It's not like it's softer and not silky like a Karen Simply Soft. So I
Yeah,
would say that's a good
that's
match.
quick, but it's so.
Oh, Be Soft. Yes. Yes, you're right. Yarn Be Soft. Yes. Yes.
What is that?
Yarn Be Soft and Sleek.
Okay.
Yarn Bee is HL if you didn't know.
Anything not Hobby Lobby?
Yeah. Yeah, the Premier anti-pilling. It's
That's what I kept looking at, and I was considering ordering.
yeah, that in my brain that would be the non-Hobby Lobby best option. Okay. So what I'm thinking, let me grab these stitches.
Definitely not the Hirschners, though, huh?
No, it's not soft. Here, let me go feel some yarn. I'll be right back. It's over in this bookcase right next to it, so I'll be in earshot here. Let me feel some yarn. No, not that one. Yeah, no, no. Hirschner's falls somewhere between Big Twist Value and Super Saver. So
That's a shame.
yeah, it
For
does work up nicer
anti-peeling,
and softer. Eventually, it is a nice yarn. And it's a value yarn. I actually feel like this one's nice, but this is a big twist, isn't it? Ugh. Okay, what do I got? What do we got that's soft? What's this one? Big twist value. Dang it. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling all my yarn here. Oh, that's nice. What is that one? Okay. This feels really nice, but isn't the right weight. Darn it. Because this is more like it says it's a 4 weight, but it's thin. It's Flex by Flex Baby Blanket. And what brand is this? Oh, Loops and Threads. So that's Michael's. Loops and Threads Flex. Flecks. The feel of it's really nice. It says it's a 4, but it's kind of skinny, I think. But the feel of it is really quite similar. The thickness of it, however, would be a problem, but maybe there's a Loops and Threads too if Michael's is close or an option for you.
Yeah, nothing is a close option for me.
Yeah, so ordering is probably
have a
what's going to
Smith
happen anyway.
and that's it.
Oh, yes. Hi there, Snoop.
Yeah, I think my first Premier work is coming soon.
Okay, we're gonna wing this. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, but we'll just make it happen. It'll be fine.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to make all the kids one of these.
Yeah, your nieces and nephews and stuff. Is that what you mean by all the kids?
And primarily, like, we have a big homeschool group.
Oh, yeah.
And there's specifically, I'm closest to one family in particular. So they get a lot of my makes. Those kids, you know how some people really truly appreciate something that you've created, and some people just don't,
Yes.
These children really seem to appreciate it.
Yes.
I'm happy to make them things most of the time.
Well, that's why my granddaughter gets whatever she asks for. She gets so excited. My Mima made this, That's like it's super special to her, and she's 3 years old. So it's like at some level, it's how they're being raised to perceive that as well. So it
So
reflects on the parents as well.
You know, if I say the Doppler radar shawl, you know which one I'm talking about?
I think so, yes.
My little Spencer claimed that one, which it thrilled me that the boy of that family was the first one to claim a shawl.
Yeah.
It thrilled me. And then he sat there one day just watching me crochet, and I was like really in the zone. And I realized at some point that he was watching me. And then like paid attention, realized that he sat there and watched me for quite a while before I looked up at him and was like, you could learn to crochet too. And he looked at me like he was busted. And I was like, it's okay. There are plenty of guys that crochet too. Like you can totally. And I started talking to him about some of them on YouTube and showing him different men that crochet. And he like lit up. I think we have a little hooker on our hands.
That's wonderful. I love it.
It's adorable. I love that he loves it. He's a fire little, so he needs something like that.
Gotcha. This is not big enough. I was like, can I make it a triangle? Maybe if I really stretch it out. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I can make that work.
Maybe it's absurdly long, but it's okay.
Yes. I love the train sounds, but that's, like I said, that's probably a me thing. I don't know. Love it. Oh my gosh.
And maybe.
I'm just really winging it, figuring out how I want to make this work. Because it's kind of too small. Well, it's very much too small. I might be able to stretch it. We're going to see.
Leave it. Oh boy, did you leave it?
I wish that worked with cats.
Thank you. Good boy, thank you. I am so lucky that they listen for the most part.
Yes. Gulf Coast Granny has a cat that literally steals stuff. So she has a full on criminal cat.
Yep, I have. Hi, darling. Leave it. Leave it. Ziggy likes to steal my yarn.
Yeah.
And that has been disastrous a few times.
Yep.
Would you stop, please?
That's where stitch markers can be a lifesaver for real.
All right. Solid. He's saving his life, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
I tell you, the worst
got
of
a
it
hold
was
of my animal blanket. And I was like, thank God I had a stitch marker in there. So no harm, no foul. And the puppy is still with us.
Yep, nope, they got the worst of it probably a month or two ago, but my husband had been ordering me random yarns off of Temu just so I could try a bunch of different stuff.
Right.
He had ordered me a bag of 10 mohair donuts.
Okay.
My office downstairs is in the basement at the front end of the house. The stairs to the basement is in the back of the house. Okay. They had strewn it from my office in the front of the house in the basement all the way up the stairs, the back of the house, and then into the living room in the front of the house.
Oh, man.
And it's mohair. Like,
Right.
I ended up with a ball like this of it, what I could salvage, and a pile like this that I had to throw away.
Oh.
It was
painful.
I learned then that I have to lock them out of there.
Right.
They cannot be trusted.
Because, yes, animals and yarn. They cannot be trusted.
Look at how cute this thing is.
It's so cute.
My husband just came around the corner, so I had to show him too. Now it's got a little scarf. Needs more fringe, but it's got a little scarf.
I might have to do it like that, and it will be a cowl. Because it's not big enough. But that's all right, right? Like a little cowl?
Let's see.
All right.
Need a little more fringe down there. Well, I'm finishing one tonight.
We're going with a cowl. That's what we got.
Let's see. Oh, I love it.
It'll. And we're going to call it a successful panel, but it's not really, but that's fine.
We're going to pretend it was.
We're going to pretend it was. We're going to make it look like it was. But yeah, I would say Premier Anti-Pilling is probably your best bet.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking. Dang it, I wanted an excuse to order from Hirschner's.
And I do. There's so many Hirschner's yarns I love, but if you're looking, do I have their anti? I don't know if I've ever tried their anti-pilling, so maybe I can't speak to that.
Yep, I need a black and a white that'll match the feel of the living as much as possible. I was thinking, I know they had I don't think it's anti-pilling, but I got Millen's, I think Eversoft.
Eversoft, yeah.
I need to go and feel that and see what I think, if that's close enough.
Yeah, because if I think if it has a softer anti-pilling, I have none of their anti-pilling. I don't even know what their anti-pilling is called. If it's just called anti-pilling, I don't know. But the Eversoft, that's at least a chance that that's going to be closer.
Because it's got a little bit of that sleekness, but not as much as...
Which is exactly like the living. It's just barely got a sleekness, but then it's just soft. I hope somebody picks that line up, but who knows? Because Hirschner's, it's just the big twist value, right?
As far as I know, she had said, the lady from Hirschner's, I don't know her name, but she'd done an interview with Marley Bird.
Oh, uh-huh.
And she had said at that time, this was back when it first came out, like they weren't even trying to announce that they were going to do that yet, but somebody saw the page the second it went up on the website.
Right.
So she said that they were willing to say for sure that they were getting value, that they were trying to get others, or that they were planning to have others, but they didn't want to say until they had them in the warehouse what they were getting.
Right. And then
So
Michaels, of course, did what
that
Michaels
would
did.
probably be August before they saw the other things they were looking at. So we're not even there yet. I don't know if they're actually, because now with Michaels, I don't know. I have no
Right.
idea.
Right. What's happening because Michaels what they bought.
Yeah, is this going to be like a Mary Maxim where they got their one warehouse full of big twist and that's all they're ever going to get? Or
Hirschner's, I have a feeling they actually got
I
the
thought
value contract.
I thought that they did. That was my understanding.
Yeah.
But
But that was it sounds like that might be the only contract they got.
yeah. And that's fine. They are reasonable with their prices for most things.
Right.
They're being very reasonable about the price of that. I mean, I never paid $4.49 at Joann's. There's no way I would wait for a sale, so I would get it for $2.99, you know.
Right, exactly.
But at least they're not charging more than that $4.49.
Right, they're keeping the price point the same. Yeah.
And pandemonium the way it has been, like they could be ridiculous.
Right, they could have taken advantage.
Oh, I love her. I just need to sew the hat.
Oh, let me put the hat back on. Where's the hat? What did I do with your hat, sir? Seriously, where did his hat go? There it is. All right. Got a hat and a cowl. He's cute. He needs a face, but he's cute.
He is cute.
But yes, it's Jill. I agree. It's almost 10 o'clock. So, well, 10 o'clock Mountain Time. So it's almost 11 o'clock your time. So,
It is.
but yeah, there's a couple young boys that you could, and then you showed them the men content creators. That's good. There's some young boys on YouTube as well that do crochet. So I think the more you can show them that this is very typical. This is not.
Yeah. Well, I pointed out to him their family has a roommate who is a man who crochets. And I was like, go talk to George. George crochets.
Yeah.
Like,
For real.
really? I was like, no,
Real
seriously,
easy.
he could teach you. There's one guy I met out there, this teeny tiny town, like a couple hundred people. There's one guy I met out there who does the most incredible Graphgans. Like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine working like you do with all the bobbins. I don't want to juggle all that.
It's
I want
obnoxious. It is. I didn't mind it on the map blanket anywhere near as much as it's annoying the hell out of me on this animal blanket, because what I should have done, and the blanket would be done had I done this. What I should have done is crocheted the blanket in that blue variegated color and then done appliques. But no, I didn't do that. So, ugh. But the map blanket didn't bother me that much. It really didn't.
Hey, leave it. I love the end product. I don't want to do all that work though.
Right. You know which one I would recommend that's, if you're going to do corner to corner and it's like kind of simple color work, but it's a great result. It's a dinosaur, Brachiosaurus probably, or Diplodocus. My 3-year-old granddaughter would probably tell me it's a Diplodocus. Anyway, it's a corner to corner from yourinspirations.com. And it's just the dinosaurs one color and your background's one color. And if you're going to dip your toe in, that's the way to go with corner to corner, is like that, which is 2 colors. And it's so cute. I didn't bring any orange or anything over here. And his mouth should not be sparkly. I mean, it could be, but that would be a little weird.
Oh my God.
I like the little hat with the brim.
I want to
But
make a
I
bunch
love
of
the
them
cat
so they
hat.
all have little personalities and different hats. And
Yes. And this guy has a cowl instead. And I say guy generally. It's a snow person.
it's a very bowler hat. I'm feeling man too.
Yes, it feels more. Yes, more that direction. But yes, and I'm not even sure. Let's look. Are there people still watching? Yes, there are people still watching. Let's look at the top fans. There's someone that's not chat. I don't. Maybe they're watching all my stuff. But yes, this I very much love this. But like I said, this is flag inspired. If you think you're going to be done by July 31st, then
I doubt it.
yeah. This one I just need to send her a picture and the video link because it's already, I mean, it's done, ready to go. I actually have to contact the mom and find out where to mail it or if I can meet up with her because she's local. But she was one of my first students at the school I was at for the over 20 years. So she's
Exciting to be able to gift that.
yes.
All right, she's officially done.
Very cute. Yours is all the way done. Mine still needs a little bit, but it's good.
Well,
I don't know why, but this is making me think of Craig Fiber Spider. I don't know what about it. It's totally giving me Craig vibes.
Yeah, I could see that.
I still need to give him a face. But maybe a little bit of red hair. No.
That would be adorable. Little beard.
Yes. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, she's cute. I like
But
her.
I really love the way the cat hat came out. That's so cute. All right. We should definitely let everybody go. It's late.
It is. It's been fun. Thank you.
Yeah. So thanks for joining me. It was fun to play with this intro.
Thank you. I'll come up with another plan.
Yes.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Bye, everybody. See you all later.